These are the grammar notes for Futato chapter 13. Hebrew noun states, we just had this in chapter 12, the previous chapter. That was about nouns in the construct that were singular nouns in the construct state. This chapter is about plural nouns in the construct state. So this should all be reviewed. You have two noun states, absolute and construct. They form an X of Y relationship. When you have two nouns that occur right next to each other, be thinking construct relationship, X of Y relationship. Of course, reading right to left. The first noun, the X noun, is going to be in the construct position. Again, the construct noun never takes the article. The absolute noun might be definite if it has the article, or if it's a noun that's inherently definite. Again, this is review. Use of the construct chain, also review. Futato gives you a couple of uses, denoting possession, the book X of the priest, X of Y, and quality, garment X of holiness Y. Now, detecting the construct chain for the plural. If you remember the previous chapter, chapter 12, the only difference in singular nouns is the feminine singular, like susa would change to susat. Okay, the T ending, the tav ending would be present in the construct position. When it comes to plural nouns, the only one that's an issue is the masculine plural. The feminine plural, the ot ending will not have any difference here. To illustrate, again, I left the vowels out. Masculine singular, we would have melech. Construct form, melech, there's no difference. Feminine singular, susa. So in this singular nouns, the only one that's an issue is the feminine singular in construct, susat. Now here in this chapter, chapter 13, the plurals, the only one that's an issue is down here, the masculine plural. We would have melachim, and the construct, it would be melacheh. Now again, if you want the vocalizations, go back and look at Futato. But I've taken the vowels out so to make the point again. If you know your vocabulary, then you will know that mem, lamed, kaf, and then a yod. Okay, well, you know, what is that? I'm thinking either melech or melachim. Well, if you see this and the very next word is another noun, that should clue you in. Okay, I have a construct relationship. I got two nouns together, and this first one's the construct. That can only be the masculine plural noun in its construct form. Okay, K, the A ending. Feminine, susot in both cases. The ot ending doesn't vary. So the ones you have to worry about are the feminine singular and the masculine plural. Other construct notes, it's possible to have more than two words in the chain. Okay, only the last word in the chain. You might have three nouns in a row. Only the last word will have or may have the article. Now, a three-word consonant chain, I won't say that's rare. It's not the norm. The norm is the two, but you can have it. When a construct chain is the subject of a sentence, the verb agrees with the noun in the construct state. For instance, malakah, if you know your perfect, cal-perfect forms, again, look at this. This is what I'm going to do in the exercises. Malakah. Okay, you have a verb, malak, to rule or reign. It doesn't have a prefix. It can't be imperfect. It has a suffix ending. Okay, ending, no prefix. It must be a suffix. It must be a perfect. And it's a perfect third feminine singular because its subject, the stated subject, is not just Hamelech over here. It's Bat Hamelech. Construct relationship. The daughter of the king. Okay, the daughter of the king, the X noun, the construct noun, is the one that dictates what form the verb comes in because you need that grammatical agreement, person and number agreement. So the daughter of the king reigned would be the way you translate this. Any part of a construct chain can be modified by an adjective. So any noun in the chain. the adjective agrees with the part of the chain that it modifies. So when you get a chain of nouns and you get an adjective thrown in there, look for the agreement. Which one, which noun and adjective, okay, which one is their agreement in gender, number, and the key factor definiteness. That will tell you how to translate things. So here we have divrei. Okay, this is a noun from davar. Hamelech. Oh, we got noun and noun. 2 nouns in a row. That must be a construct. Yes, it is. So we have words of the king, but then we have an adjective thrown in the mix. So we have adjective, noun, noun. Well, which of these 2 nouns does this adjective go with? Well, the answer should be clear. It's the one that has the definite article, because they need to agree in definiteness. If that adjective is definite, then it needs to agree with a noun that's definite, attributively. So therefore we have the words of the good king. The good king. This is an attributive relationship because there's agreement between the noun and the adjective in gender, number, and definiteness. Now look at this one. Divrei Hamelech Hatovim. Now you look at the article, this noun, Hamelech, and this adjective must be the attributive relationship because they both have the article. Don't be fooled. This noun is singular. This adjective is plural. So you do not have an attributive relationship between king and good. You do have an attributive relationship between hatovim and divrei because they're both plural. You say, well, this one doesn't have a definite article. It can't agree in definiteness. Remember the construct rule. The construct noun will not ever take, it'll never take the definite article. It gets its definiteness from the absolute noun. So it is definite. The words of the king. It is definite because the absolute noun is definite in this construct chain. So that's why our translation would be the good words of the king. Last example, Tovim Divrei Hamelech. Notice our adjective has no definite article. Okay? And we have Divrei Hamelech. How would we translate this? Well, we have the words of the king. Divrei becomes definite because of the construct relationship there. The absolute noun is definite. But our adjective here doesn't have a definite article. That means it's in the predicative position, translated as a predicate adjective. The words of the king are good. Now, I would suggest that you review this slide, this part of the video, and Futato's section on translating the construct with adjectives. It can be confusing. You just have to walk your way through it and remember really 2 key thoughts. One is that when you have a construct relationship, if the absolute is definite, so is the construct. And the other one is this need for the adjective to have a definite article, to have that attributive translation, to have that attributive relationship. Those are the end of the notes for chapter 13.